Two SAP users are sitting side by side at Acme Manufacturing. Both are using SAP. Both are looking at the same data, but their screens look nothing alike. The first user, the procurement manager, has a clean, tile-based interface in his browser. He clicks a blue tile labeled Create Purchase Order, fills in 3 fields, and submits. Done in 60 seconds. The second user, the SAP consultant sitting next to him, has a very different screen. A dense, icon-heavy application running on the desktop. She types me 21N into a small box in the top left corner, presses enter, and a complex multi-tabbed screen opens. She navigates fields that the procurement manager's tile never shows her. Same SAP system, same underlying transaction. 2 completely different user experiences. This module explains why and when each interface is the right tool. By the end of this module, you will be able to describe SAP GUI, what it is, its key components, and where it is used, describe SAP Fiori, its design principles, the 3 types of Fiori app, and the Launchpad architecture, and identify which interface is appropriate in different scenarios. SAP GUI, Graphical User Interface, is a desktop application that connects directly to the SAP application server. It has been the primary interface for SAP since R/3 launched in 1992. Over 30 years later, it is still the tool that consultants, power users, and system administrators rely on most heavily. The reason is simple: SAP GUI provides access to everything. All 4,000+ SAP transaction codes, every SPRO configuration menu, every ABAP development transaction, every basis monitoring tool. Fiori offers a curated, simplified experience. SAP GUI offers the entire system, unrestricted. Every SAP GUI screen follows the same structure. The title bar shows the current transaction or screen. Below it, the menu bar provides hierarchical navigation, an alternative to transaction codes. The standard toolbar contains common actions: back, save, print, search, help. The most important element is the command field, the small text box in the top left corner. Type any transaction code here and press enter. MM01 takes you to create material. FB01 takes you to post FI document. C80 opens the ABAP workbench. Mastering the command field is the first step to working efficiently in SAP GUI. And the status bar at the bottom is equally important. It shows the current client number, the system ID, your user ID, and, critically, every system message that SAP sends in response to your actions. Green text means success. Amber means a warning that needs your attention. Red means an error and the action did not complete. SAP Fiori was launched in 2013 as SAP's answer to a growing problem. SAP GUI was powerful but complex. End users, people who needed to raise a purchase order, approve an invoice, or submit a leave request, did not need access to 4,000 transactions. They needed access to the 5 or 10 that were relevant to their role on any device without training. Fiori is built on 5 design principles. Role-based, meaning users only see apps relevant to their job. Responsive, meaning it works equally well on desktop, tablet, and mobile. Simple, meaning each app does one thing well. Coherent, meaning all apps share the same visual language. And delightful, meaning it should feel intuitive and reduce training time. There are 3 types of Fiori app. Transactional apps replace traditional SAP GUI transactions with a modern interface. The same business logic runs in the background, but the user experience is far simpler. Analytical apps display real-time KPIs and dashboards, read-only data for monitoring and decision-making. And fact sheet apps provide a 360-degree view of a business object, a customer, a material, a supplier, for quick reference without data entry. Most transactional apps are the modern equivalents of familiar GUI transactions. Create Purchase Order replaces Me21N. Post Goods Receipt replaces MeGo. Approve Leave Request replaces the HR workflow. They are built on OData services and the SAP GUI Fiori framework. Analytical apps are powered by HANA's real-time capabilities and are typically embedded in S/4HANA. Fact sheet apps are read-only but allow easy navigation between related business objects. All Fiori apps are accessed through the Fiori Launchpad. a browser-based home screen of tiles. Each tile represents one app. Tiles are organized into groups by business area, purchasing, finance, HR. The launchpad is role-driven. What you see depends entirely on the business role assigned to your user account. Beyond the tiles themselves, the launchpad provides a consistent set of features. Global search across apps and business data, a central notifications area for approvals and workflow tasks, and user personalization so each user can pin, move, and organize their own tiles for efficiency. Let us be direct about the comparison because it is frequently misunderstood. SAP GUI was launched in 1992 and is a desktop application requiring installation. It provides access to the full SAP system, all transactions, all configuration, all development. It is the primary tool for consultants, power users, and administrators. SAP's investment in GUI is maintenance only. It is stable but not growing. SAP Fiori was launched in 2013 and runs in any web browser with no installation. It provides role-specific access to a curated set of apps. It is designed for end users, the employees who use SAP to do their jobs, not to configure or extend it. SAP's primary UX investment since S/4HANA has been in Fiori, new features, new apps, and new AI capabilities like Joule all-surface first in Fiori. The key insight is that these two interfaces serve different users with different needs. They are not competitors. On a live SAP system, they coexist. And as a consultant, you must be proficient in both. Technically, Fiori is a three-layer architecture. The front end, built on SAP's SAP GUI Fiori framework, runs in the browser. It calls OData services exposed by SAP Gateway in the middle layer. Those services connect to the SAP backend S/4HANA or ECC, where all the business logic and data actually live. Fiori is the window. The ERP is still the engine. Each layer maps to a different role on the project. Functional consultants and UI5 developers work on the front end, deciding which tiles appear and building custom apps. ABAP developers build the OData services in the middle layer using the RAP or SEGW framework. And all three tracks, functional, ABAP, and basis, work on the back end where the business logic, data, and authorization checks actually run. A practical guide for when each interface is the right tool. SAP GUI remains the right choice for system configuration in SPRO, ABAP development in SE80 or Eclipse ADT, and basis monitoring transactions like SM50, SM66, and STMS. These require the full depth of the desktop client and are not exposed in Fiori. Fiori is the right choice for everyday end-user tasks. Creating purchase orders, approving leave requests, reviewing executive dashboards and KPIs, and onboarding new factory workers who need a simple, tile-based interface without SAP training. The rule of thumb: configuration and development stay in GUI. Role-based daily tasks belong in Fiori. As a consultant, you will move between the two many times a day. As a functional consultant, you are not just a user of Fiori, you are a configurator of it. When you implement SAP for a client, part of your job is deciding which Fiori apps their users get access to, and making sure those apps are working. Start with the SAP Fiori App Library, fioriappslibrary.hana.ondemand.com. This is SAP's online catalog of every available Fiori app. Before building any custom solution, check whether SAP already has a standard app that meets the requirement. Most of the time, it does. Access to Fiori apps is controlled through business roles and catalogs. A business role like SAP_BR_purchaser contains a set of catalogs. Each catalog contains app tiles. When you assign a business role to a user, that user gets the corresponding tiles on their launchpad. Designing and assigning business roles is a standard functional consultant task on any S/4HANA implementation. And before any Fiori app can work, its underlying OData service must be activated on the system, managed in transaction IWFND. If a tile appears on the launchpad but throws an error when clicked, a missing or inactive OData service is often the cause. Know this and know it is a technical task to raise with the basis or ABAP team. SAP GUI is the consultant's workhorse, the desktop application that provides access to the full SAP system. It has been central to SAP since 1992 and remains essential for configuration, development, and system administration. SAP Fiori is the future of the SAP end-user experience. A browser-based, role-driven, responsive interface accessed through the Fiori Launchpad. It is SAP's primary UX investment and the interface that most end users will interact with in S/4HANA. Both exist together. Both are essential knowledge. And as a consultant, you need to understand not just how to use each one, but how to configure Fiori for clients and diagnose when something in either interface is not working as expected. Complete the quiz in the LMS. The next module takes you inside both interfaces, covering login, navigation, sessions, help, and the features every SAP user needs to work effectively from day one. Thank you for watching.